There's a common misunderstanding about quiet people. Because you don't argue loudly. Because you don't explain yourself endlessly. Because you don't react dramatically. People assume you're flexible. They assume you'll tolerate more. They assume you're easy to cross. But social psychology reveals something that often surprises people after it's too late. Quiet people usually have the strongest boundaries in the room. And they don't enforce them the way most people expect. #1. Quiet boundaries are internal, not performative ***. Most people think boundaries are something you say. You announce them. You explain them. You justify them. You negotiate them. Quiet people operate differently. Your boundaries aren't built through words. They're built through internal decisions. Social psychology refers to this as internalized boundary regulation. You decide first, silently, what is acceptable. Once that line is crossed, you don't need to argue. Your behavior changes. And that change is permanent. #2. You notice boundary violations early ***. Quiet people are often highly sensitive to subtle signals. Not emotionally fragile. But perceptive. You notice. **shifts in tone. **small disrespect. **energy imbalance. **pressure disguised as friendliness. **entitlement creeping in slowly. Social psychology calls this early threat detection. While others dismiss these signals as nothing, you register them immediately. And instead of confronting loudly, you mentally recalibrate access. That's where your boundary begins. #3. Silence is a filter, not an absence ***. Here's something most people don't understand. Silence isn't emptiness. It's selectivity. Quiet people don't give equal access to everyone. You listen, but you don't reveal. You engage, but you don't expose. You're present, but not available. Social psychology describes this as selective emotional permeability. People may feel close to you, but you decide who actually is. That decision happens quietly. Long before anyone realizes a boundary exists. #4. You don't over-explain your limits ***. Many people weaken their boundaries by explaining too much. They say, ***, I don't want to offend you but. ***, I feel bad but. ***, let me explain why. Quiet people rarely do this. You don't feel obligated to justify. *** your space. *** your time. ** your energy. ** your distance. Social psychology calls this low justification tendency. When you pull back, you don't narrate it. And that lack of explanation makes the boundary stronger, not weaker. #5. You use withdrawal, not confrontation ***. This is one of the most misunderstood traits of quiet individuals. When boundaries are crossed, you don't escalate. You withdraw. You reduce availability. You shorten responses. You stop initiating. You create distance without hostility. This is known as non-reactive boundary enforcement. There's no drama. No argument. No emotional exchange. And because there's nothing to push against, people feel the limit clearly. #6. You're comfortable letting people be wrong about you ***. One of the strongest boundary traits is this. You don't need to be understood by everyone. Many people sacrifice boundaries just to *** misunderstanding. ** protect their image. * stay likable. * prevent discomfort. Quiet people don't. Social psychology calls this identity independence. You're willing to let people Asterisk misinterpret your silence. Asterisk misunderstand your distance. Asterisk assume things that aren't true. Because protecting your inner balance matters more than correcting every perception. Hashtag 7. Quiet people don't chase respect asterisk. Here's a critical difference. When someone crosses a boundary, many people try harder. They explain more. They give more chances. They overcompensate. Quiet people don't chase. You observe behavior. And when respect disappears, access disappears with it. This is called behavior-based boundary enforcement. No warnings. No speeches. Just consistency. Hashtag 8. Why your boundaries feel sudden to others asterisk. People often say things like asterisk, you changed. Asterisk, you became distant. Asterisk, I don't know what happened. But from your perspective, nothing sudden happened. Social psychology explains this as silent boundary accumulation. You noticed patterns long before you acted. By the time you disengage, the decision has already matured internally. Others only notice the final step, not the long process that led there. Hashtag 9. Quiet boundaries are harder to manipulate asterisk. Loud boundaries invite negotiation. Quiet boundaries don't. There's nothing to argue with. Nothing to twist. Nothing to exploit emotionally. That's why manipulative people often feel confused around quiet individuals. They can't provoke a reaction. Guilt you into compliance. Pull you into emotional loops. Your boundary isn't emotional. It's structural. Hashtag the reframe you need. If you're quiet and selective, your boundaries aren't weak or passive. They're internal. Energy-based. Behavior-driven. Non-negotiable. You don't announce your limits. You live them. Hashtag final thought. Loud boundaries demand attention. Quiet boundaries demand respect. And respect lasts longer. Quiet people don't build walls with words. They build them with consistency, distance, and self-trust. If this video helped you understand your boundaries through social psychology, subscribe and stay with the channel. The next video will explain why quiet people are often underestimated, and why that actually works in their favor.